Hello, you're welcome to the premiere episode of One-on-One Show with the African Philosopher. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the pages. My name is Jennifer Yaira, your host. On today's episode, we're talking astrology. Astrology in general. My guest is such a young and amazing personality who have mastered in metaphysics, astrology, philosophy, mathematics, sociology, anatomy, magic, to mention but a few. His achievements has earned him a title of a doctor and a soon-to-be professor. Is none other than Dr. Paakwesi Afo, the African philosopher. Dr. African philosopher, I'm honored to have you. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
On today's episode, we be talking astrology. I've read a couple of books, and what I have and listening to your teachings, comparing them, it's like mine is just a nugget. So in your own way, in your teachings, what is astrology?
Okay, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to expressing myself on the subject and the topic on astrology. Day in and day out, people are being born, people die, people go about their normal duties, others suffering, others enjoying the luxuries of life. All these things came to my mind when I was young, and I was looking for the rationale behind the sufferings and the miseries and the vicissitudes of life. And then I found an answer. But in the first place, I heard from the mouth of certain ancient and modern Buddhists and then Hindus that every human being has his or her star millions and thousands of light years away from man, and that these celestial bodies have influence upon us, for which mends human fate, so that it has become the foundation upon which all human suffering, that is fortunes and misfortunes, are based. So I delved into the subject and then found out that indeed our planet and our moon, many other planets in our solar system, do affect the electromagnetic field of our Earth. They communicate electromagnetically. And when you delve into the subject of quantum physics, you get to know that even what the physicist tries to explain using the atom, physical atom or the chemical atom as the foundation upon which all building blocks of nature is based, that is not the ultimate answer for that. So we study what is called quantum mechanics to study the subatomic particles that ensouls each chemical atom in order for us to clearly understand the concept of the electromagnetic principles. So indeed it is that there is an interplanetary communication between our Earth and our Moon, our Earth and Saturn, our Earth and Jupiter. And then the communication is what molds our life, our very personality, and that which comes upon us. I call it fate, reincarnations and stuff. So astrology is based on just natural phenomena in our world. What happens to man, the nature of man, the nature of the four kingdoms of evolution, plants, animals, humans, man. We are evolving. And whatever happening in our world is not something that is occurring by chance. But our mystic, and I'll call a saint, and our God, known as Jesus or Yahshua HaMashiach, was an ardent personality of the astrological and astronomical field. So he says something to each and every human being around him at that time. It's known as the principle of correspondence. As above, so below. The below and the above are connected. and it is connected electromagnetically. And electricity and magnetism come from our various spiritual dimensions that manifest or pushes all worldly happenings inwardly and outwardly. I use inward to represent the microcosm, that is the man, and then the big world, that is the macrocosm, intercommunicating, and then we in turn intercommunicate with other planetary bodies. So when we say astrology, astrology simply means that the effect of the planets and the signs of the zodiac upon our world, which create fortunes and misfortunes in nature. And there are certain spiritual forces that act as intermediary forces or living entities that use the laws governing these planets and then the laws governing us. They put them together and then we call it program. A program that is happening everywhere, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So this is what is meant by astrology.
Thank you very much. Dr. Paakwesi Afo, the African philosopher, is also the CEO of Nyankonto Herbal and Astrological Consult. So Doctor, pardon me to use just doctor, please. Doctor, do we have like types of astrology or something? Because in certain places I have heard of divination, horoscope. They said it's type of astrology. How do you explain that?
Yes, it's true. Astrology is a form of divination.
Okay.
Like it is more like consulting the oracle to find something about yourself and which department of life that has disadvantaged you to respond to the negative energies of our world. Or one tries to find something about the world generally, but not something that is related to our personality. So we have the general astrology, and we have what is called known as genetical astrology, or what is called genetical astrology.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have the general astrology.
Okay.
The former is has to do with happenings, my health, my marriage, my children, my family, my old age, my shortcomings, my strengths and weaknesses. They are all personal types of astrology, and it's known as genetical astrology. And then we have the general astrology. The general astrology is connected to the world in general.
Okay.
Fortunes and misfortunes. Misfortunes like earthquakes, wars, tsunamis, we have typhoons, and then we have etc. All these things are related to the world. And then the fortunate aspect has to do with a king being born in a particular place at a particular time, abundance within a particular sphere of life in a country or on a certain continent. And it is related to the general astrology. So in order for one to be mastering this art, practicing general astrology comes with the studying of our globe, that is geography.
Okay.
If you don't master geography, you can't. And if you don't have little knowledge about astronomy, you cannot do it well, because it deals with calculations, formulas, using certain space-time measurement and coordinates in getting the answers to these things. Checking your latitudes and your longitudes, they are very important. Yeah. Your right ascension and declination, the celestial sphere stuff. All these things are very, very important in studying and understanding what is known as the general astrology.
Okay.
In order for one to master what is called the genetical or the personal astrology, one should be able to master anatomy and physiology. That is knowing the body parts, your circulatory system, your lymphatic system, your nervous system of glands, that is the endocrine and exocrine systems and stuff. It deals with many things. Will help you to also understand the physical body, Then you come to the esoteric aspect of life. The esoteric aspect deals with having what is known as the second sight. The second sight into supersensing the invisible forms that quicken the chemical aspect of your body to work correctly. So if knowing personal astrology is only about casting a horoscope for this person, that person, no, that's not the case. You need to know the very anatomy and the physiology of the person, the animal, the human being, that of the plant. And then you'll be able to answer right questions about the movement of the constellations and how life energy, known as chi, is able to transit your body from one particular point to another. It also brings you face to face with what is known as the zodiac signs and the body parts. You see that the zodiac signs represent the human body parts, for which when followed, you'll be able to know how pranic energy moves through the body at certain point in time. Modern scientists have limited this particular thing and then have named it the circadian rhythm, placing the human physiology and how atomic and molecular structures of cells and our atoms are able to operate at certain fixed point in time. No, to me, we shouldn't have fixed point in times where the human physiology is able to respond to the sun and that of the moon. That is day and night sects of our world. So I have delved into it rigorously and have found out that our bodies respond according to the signs that are found on the ascendant at each point in time, depending on the location you are found in our world.
Wow.
Yes.
Such an insight.
Yes.
Your astrology is more of a tailored something to a bigger cloth.
Yes. Our world is simple, but if you just try to widen the simplicity, it becomes complex. Astrology is a very complex subject because if you study, for example, general astrology, it will help you to know when to plant and when to harvest. That is on the side of farmers. When we go to physicians, physicians are those that study ancient medicine and they are able to know when to give or just recommend a medicine to someone, whether it is the correct time that the person must take this medicine, ingest this medicine or not. Through any means, oral or using any means. And then at the same time, it helps those that are known as navigators. We have sea navigators and then we have desert navigators. Our desert is very vast. Sometimes you'll be able to locate where you are. So we use a certain star located directly on the true north, known as the Polaris star. That Polaris star is in constellation Ursa Minor, the little bear. Those on the sea, those on the desert, if they want to locate their places, they are able to know that when I follow this north star, I'll be able to locate my north-northeast, north-northwest, northwest, northeast to locate where I'm going. You won't be lost. Okay. Seamen also use the North Star, that is the Polaris star, which is found in constellation Ursa Minor, that is the little bear, in finding their way back home. Without that star, indeed, many are those that will become lost at sea.
You know, I read through a journal and defining astrology on their side, they said it's just the study of the signs and the celestial bodies. That's signs, Aries, Taurus, like all. So knowing that maybe anatomy and all metaphysics is all part of astrology, I'm marveled. But let's come down to just the signs.
The signs of the zodiac.
Yes, the signs of the zodiac. Can you just give a quick brief on the signs, please?
There are millions and millions of constellations in the universe, but I'll just talk about 12. There are 12 signs of the zodiac. These 12 signs are known as Aries, the celestial lamb, Taurus, the celestial bull, Gemini, celestial twins, Cancer, the celestial crab. At first it was known as a scarab, I'll come there. And then Leo, the celestial lion. Virgo, the celestial maiden or virgin. Libra has to do with the celestial judge who holds a balance in the right hand and a sword in the left hand, a woman who is naked. And then Scorpios has to do with the celestial scorpion.
Okay.
And then Sagittarius is the celestial archer. Capricorn is the celestial sea goat,
Okay.
part fish, part goat.
Okay.
And then Aquarius is connected to the celestial man who has a pitch in his hand, pouring water on the ground. So he's known as the celestial pitcher or the son of man. Then Pisces, the celestial fish. There are two fishes. They have their lower parts combined with their upper parts separate. So these are the 12 constellations of stars that are encircling our Earth. 16 degrees wide. Yeah.
Okay. So the impact on the human and the environment as a whole.
Okay. Our world are inhabited.
Okay.
If I use the word are, I don't use is because there are worlds that interpenetrate ours, known as, example, we have one particular world that are subdivided into fourfold, known as the fourth dimension. Others call it the elemental plane.
Okay.
Others call it the etheric plane. Others call it the sublunar realm. They have the elemental plane of water, elemental plane of fire, elemental plane of air, and elemental plane of earth, where ghosts, dwarfs, nature spirits, and other earthbound souls inhabit for some time before they transcend to the astral planes. We have the astral plane interpenetrating our world as well. And then we have the mental plane and the spiritual plane, all playing their roles here. So the human body is also made up of these worlds. We have the chemical body for our chemical world, solid, liquid, and gas. We have the ethereal body that feeds from the ethereal plane. And we have the astral body, the soul, eating from the astral world. We have the mental body, receiving messages and certain archetypal forms from the mental plane. And we have the spiritual body, eating from the spiritual plane. The ethereal plane cannot eat from the spiritual plane, but then must eat from the ethereal plane. Just that the ethereal plane is divided into fourfold of earth, water, air, and fire. So is the human ethereal body.
Okay.
Yeah, it's divided into earth. It's known as the chemical ether. Water is known as life ether. Air is known as light ether, and then reflective ether, per how the Rosicrucians have named them fourfold within the ethereal body. So, you have seen the microcosm, the human,
Yes.
and then we have seen
Macrocosm.
the macrocosm, our world. Then you go to a tree. A tree doesn't have a soul.
Okay.
A tree only eats from the ethereal plane. When you get a soul, you'll be able to move. And then the soul inhabits the human body through the nervous system. Without the soul, we won't have any form of electrical impulses moving to and fro on our nerves. A tree has no nerves. That is why it has no soul. When we come to mineral, a mineral has no soul. It has no ethereal body, but it has a chemical body. But it is just surviving with the cosmic spiritual plane. That gives them some level of consciousness. Every stone is having some sort of a trance state consciousness.
A stone.
Yeah.
It's a non-living thing, right?
Yeah, that is what we see. But remember, nature spirit, known as the elemental spirit of earth, are able to pass through rocks, and their very self and their energies are passing through the stones. Some call it neutrinos in physics or in astronomy. So, before you be able to understand the human body completely, you shouldn't just cast a horoscope. Oh, you marry 10, you marry 2, you give birth to 30 children, you do this, you get promotion at job. No. Getting promotion is just one side. That is the material aspect of life. But
That's what most people know.
Yeah.
And that's the interesting part too.
You need to at least know something about our own physiology and know how that is metabolism takes place in the body. Metabolism doesn't just take place. The body is able to function fully when we see a star rising from the east and then a star crossing the midheaven or our meridian.
Okay.
Yes, that is where our circadian rhythm can rightfully be read, but not only the position of the sun in a certain constellation that is moving about our earth. No. Want to mean you no sa ne momu I just say what to me say the instrument nante how the constellations move. Then every star on the ascendant shows how life energy is able to move from one particular point of our body to the other. Knowing when the moon moves through these 12 constellations and how they affect the body. For example, if the moon is found around a star known as Regulus star, that is the heart of the celestial lion, and then Mars forms an angle of 90 degrees or 180 degrees with this, it represents someone who dies through heart attack.
Okay. Okay.
You see.
In your astrology, what calendar do you use?
I use my own figures. I use my own formulas.
Okay.
But not any other formula from the outside world, which is already used. So I am forming my own language and my own terms that can be used in my astrology.
Okay.
I have come out with what is known as the identity signs.
Okay.
The identity signs can be used both at the micro level and the macro level, that is in our bigger world and our small world. For you, for the animal, for the tree or the plant, for the mineral, can be used as well.
Wow.
And mine is able to identify between you and this other person, although you were born within the same hour, but differences in seconds, differences in days, and differences in years can make a huge contrast between you and the other person.
Wow.
At the same time, I'm the first person to come out with simple way of knowing what happens every hour of the day. And I have subdivided it into every minute. You'll be able to follow and know what this person is about to say as the constellations flow based on the theory of the fractal patterns or the theory of fractals that was coined by Mr. Mendobro. He's a mathematician. He was able to know that there are repetitions of forms in nature. These repetitions are known as fractal patterns, F-R-A-C-T-A-L, fractal patterns, or fractals, F-R-A-C-T-O-S. And this is what Pythagoras based his findings on it and brought about fractions, which is used in mathematics in our various classrooms. Yeah.
Your own findings?
Yeah, my own findings. I don't use anyone's theory. I use mine. And I'm able to build new things from other people's theories. Even they cannot realize since 5,500 BC till now.
Wow. Let me ask, when is the emeritus title coming on?
Oh, no.
Because this is amazing. Amazing.
Personally, I am not after titles. What is the most important is to find answers to unknown questions which our species have asked since the beginning of time till date.
Okay.
So that part of humans' problems is able to solve. The only thing we are looking forward to seeing is for our government, to incumbent governments to just give license to esoteric teachings in our various formal institutions, to broaden the scope of understanding of our people so that when they have come out of school, they become good products.
Okay.
That will be beneficial to our world, our planet, our living organism planet. And then the person becomes instrumental to human life. If what is taught in our various schools, especially, 90% of them are unimportant, that molds our people to come out of school with nothing in their heads.
Oh.
Yes. And that has made our world so. And then we'll be able to find answers if the battle is won by the forces of light.
That's cool. I'll be asking you more about your formulas and stuff, but then before that, let me ask you general attribute of each sign. Can you just give us short ones?
General attribute of each sign.
Yes.
Aries, which starts from tropical, it starts from 21st of March to April 19th, are those that are impulsive by nature.
Okay.
When I use the word impulsive, I mean that those that don't plan beforehand, but just act upon in response to external happenings, so that they have made grave mistakes, then they come back to regret what they have already done.
Okay.
It represents selfishness, and then it also represents quick temper, and then the tendencies of trying to control and command people. They lack continuity. They start and they end on the way without completing what they start.
For Aries.
Yes,
Okay.
and then they jump into worry. Taurus are foodians. They like food. They like sweet things, and Taurus represent the ethereal plane when we come to esoteric astrology. And so Jupiter on the planetary aspect also represent the ethereal plane and represent sweetness when it comes to taste. So those born on the Taurus are foodians, and they like sweet things like spicy foods, like spaghetti and stuff. And they like...
I know someone.
So
but I wouldn't mention names.
So they are prone to illnesses. And they are those people mostly born when they come to this world with diseases.
Okay.
Yeah. That is a disease that comes from childbirth. And then the third aspect has to do with Gemini. Gemini represents a scattered mind. They don't have plans.
Okay.
They are very intelligent. They are very eloquent, but they lack proper structure or organizational structure upon which they walk their path.
Okay.
So they are spontaneous. They do things without planning.
Gemini is from which date to which date?
21st of May to 20th June, and Taurus is from 20th of April to 20th May.
Okay.
Then Cancer has to do with the crab, celestial crab, 21st June to 20th July. They are those that are oversensitive by nature.
Okay.
And then they are so much concerned with the past and easily jump into worry and mood swings. They will do anything for their family. They have their siblings scattered upon the face of the earth, yet they are emotionally and mentally connected. And this soul is ready to carry the burdens of the family. And the family is the most important thing to them, more than anything else.
Cancer.
Yes, and we come to Leo, 21st July to 20th August.
Okay.
They are those that hate to fail. They hate to fail totally.
The lions.
Yes.
Okay.
They are proud of themselves, and their pride is what keeps them going. So if you try to just become an obstacle on the way, trying to dent their images so that they lose their pride, they will fight till death. Okay. They never give up. They will fight till death. And the Leos are those that are pompous, and recognition is the most important thing for them in the society. So when they are coming from the outskirts of the town, you hear of these people. They talk loud. Yes, they like attention. They want to be the center of attention. That's Leo.
The Leo.
And the Virgo. And the Virgo starts from 21st August to 20th September.
Okay.
The Virgos are critical by nature. They have problem with whatever someone does or people do. They want theirs to work, and with others, they find fault. They are skeptical about nature. And those people are always confused and doubt many things about those around them.
Okay.
They will do anything for the poor and the needy, and they are mostly attracted to philanthropy. Yes. But they are ready to sacrifice their lives and then do anything. That is, when it comes to voluntary work, the Virgo is there. They are multi-talented, and then they are those that enjoy to do things alone, other than in a group. Yeah. And then Libra cannot do things alone. They are always looking forward to having a partner who will help them develop on whatever they start. They fear rejection, and it starts from 21st September to 20th October.
Okay.
Yes. It brings about indecision and then pain in the heart, which one finds very difficult to let go.
Okay.
That is Libras. And the Scorpios, 21st October to 20th November, are those that are jealous by nature. And then they find it very hard to forgive what people has done to them. And then they are revengeful by nature. When you do something to them, they will avenge whatever you've done to them.
The Scorpios.
Yeah, they are loving. The degree with which they love you will be the same degree they will hate you when you do them wrong. Yes. So most women that are born under Scorpios are not married. They are alone.
Okay.
Yes. They are able to use sharp tongues, using foul languages, derogatory remarks, casting aspersions on others. They can use a word for you which will break your heart forever.
The Scorpios.
Yes. With two form, yes. They come to Sagittarius. Sagittarians love traveling. And they love freedom. But they are tactless by nature. When you say someone is tactless, they speak the truth. They don't care whether that truth goes for a superior or an inferior. When they are speaking the truth, they will talk their mind, whether you be affected or not. Because of this, they are always in trouble. In their lives, they meet superiors who assist them and then try to help them or fund. They are having to travel long distance to a distant place or the diaspora. They love to be in religious places or they love spiritual stuff, but there are those whose minds are cast always in the past and the future. By the time they realize it's too late, they are very good in law and spirituality, and it represents the sign of inquisitiveness. Yes. Capricorns, that is Sagittarians, are born from 21st of November to 20th December. And then Capricorns are born from 21st December to 20th January. Capricornians are shy by nature. They always love to do things in secret. But then they never give up on what they are doing. No matter what, they will go slow till they achieve what they want. But the shyness keeps them off from people. A Capricornian or Capricorns are those that receive strict parenting whilst they were young.
Okay.
And these people will do anything in their power to sacrifice themselves for the family. The difference between a Capricorn and a Cancer is that Cancerians also sacrifice for their families and siblings, yet they are given much freedom in their childhood, and the Capricornians are given strict parenting in their childhood. Yes.
Okay.
Because of this, Capricornians are found mostly in their homes, finding it very difficult to detach themselves from the family. But the Cancerian receives early separation from family.
Okay.
And then, yes, but these two souls, Capricornian and then a Cancerian, both sacrifice for their family. But one is giving freedom, that's the Cancerian, and the Capricornian is giving strict parenting. And Aquarius start from 21st of January to February 18th.
Okay.
Yes. And then there are those that work best in teams than in alone. But they are naturally inwardly detached from people. Yes, but when they are working, they work best in groups. Aquarians are those that are very serious with their task. They will do their work so well, just that they receive disappointment at the end of the day.
Oh.
Yes. Those that are born in Aquarius find this burden coming upon them through their own children. Yes. We have those born in the first 10 days, second 10 days, 10 days, we will come there one day.
Okay.
In order not to make things so complicated. So Aquarians are naturally hardworking people. Just that they also cannot be alone. They always must attach themselves to teams, groups, associations, unions in order for them to perform so well.
Okay.
Yes. And then Pisces. Pisces have affection naturally. They have empathy.
Okay.
An empath is someone who feels the pain,
Okay.
the anguish and the miseries of the fellow human.
Okay.
So these people will give everything away to those that are in need of their help. They live more in their imaginations than the physical aspect of life. And they are the most emotional among all the zodiac signs. When you say something is emotional, it has to do with someone who is predictive. Arians have these tendencies, but the Piscean is predictive.
Okay.
Yes. something that hasn't happened. They cast their minds on it, bring it into the present to worry their own selves.
Okay.
Or the situation must have passed away. They bring it to the present, and then still they think so much of the past. But patients also suffer something that is known as self-undoing. When you say someone is self-undoing, he will say one thing today, he'll be doing something else tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, this man, I'll not talk to him again. The following day, you see him talking to the man.
Talking to the man.
These principles, we don't follow it again. The following day, you see him following it. He will talk positive here, he will be negative inside.
Oh,
or he will be negative outside, but positive, he will be positive in the home.
Oh.
It's self-undoing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's delve straight to the houses. The houses. So house 1, house 2 to house 12. Just like give us a brief summary on each house.
The signs represent the 4 elements of nature, as I said it earlier on. Fire signs, water signs, air signs, and then earth signs. So we see it around. We see earth. That is earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and then Capricorn. They represent the material plane. But Taurus is more on the etheric. Etheric, yeah.
But you said it's earth.
Yes.
Why not the physical
Thank you so much.
aspect?
There are 7 worlds.
Okay.
Each world is subdivided into 7 parts or 7 levels.
Okay, wait. There are 7
worlds.
And each
One,
of the 7...
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The
equal
first
to
world
7.
is divided into 7 parts.
Okay.
The second world is also divided into 7 parts.
Okay.
7, 7. So 7, 7, 49. And that was what was given to you as parables in the Bible. As 7 years of Nebuchadnezzar's madness. 7 months, 7 weeks, 7 days, 7 hours, 7 minutes, and 7 seconds. So each dimension is subdivided into 7 parts.
So basically, you telling me the Bible is astrology, talking about all this planetary system and like celestial bodies.
Yes.
But then I read it somewhere that the Bible never gave like a go on to astrology. It was forbidden in the Bible.
That is what
somewhere in Matthew
they have written. But then in the Old Testament, the same Old Testament, Job mentioned 3 great stars: Orion constellation, Pleiades constellation. Orion is found in right ascension 3. So 3 hours, right ascension, and the declination is 20 degrees south.
Okay.
That is where Orion, the hunter, is found. The north of this particular, there are number of stars, and this particular star is known as the hunter. And then we have Taurus, constellation Taurus. The north of constellation Taurus, there are some 7 group of stars known as Pleiades, and that is what Job mentioned in the Bible. And then we have the big bear. We call it Ursa Major. The big bear, who happen to be the center of everything. Yes. So Amos chapter 5 verse 8, Amos also mentioned these 3 stars as possessing the energies of the Most High, working through all things in our world. So back to my stuff. So Taurus represents the ethereal plane. Yes. And then Virgo represents a plane showing the circulation of these etheric energies. At the same time, showing the circulation of all chemical cells or chemical atoms in our bodies. Virgo. And then Capricorn represents the concrete aspect of our bodies. This one, the bones, the flesh, all tissues, all cells, physical cells in our bodies are controlled by Capricorn.
Okay, so even though the 3 of them are all earth signs, they have different roles to play.
Different densities, yes. So Virgo is the link. We call it the mutable sign. The one who changes ether into chemical.
Okay.
So Virgo is the intermediary between Taurus and Capricorn. So Taurus represents the ethereal plane. The chemical plane is divided into 3 parts:
Okay.
solid, liquid, and gas. Then the ethereal plane, that is interpenetrating our chemical world, are divided into 4 parts.
Okay.
So 4 invisible worlds, ethereal planes, interpenetrating 3 states of matter, solid, liquid, and gas, makes it 7. So therefore, we have what's known as chemical ether according to the Rosicrucians. That is related to earth, controlling all solids. Life ether, controlling all liquids.
Okay.
We have light ether, controlling all gases in terms of air. And then the heat aspect, the fire aspect is known as the reflective ether, only on our material plane. So there are 3 visible, 4 invisible that are working.
Making it 7.
Making 7.
Okay.
The 4 invisible is what is known as the 4th dimension. Fourth dimension. So these are 7 subplanes of our material plane.
Okay.
So each of these signs, the earth signs represent the material plane, all the water signs represent the astral plane, all the fire signs represent the mental plane, and all the air signs represent the spiritual plane.
Okay.
They are communicating to us. So the human constitution has to do with chemical, etheric, then astral, the water aspect,
Okay.
mental, our thought forms, and then the inspirational, that's the spiritual aspects too, works from the spiritual plane. So we are made up of these. So the 12 constellations, the signs represent the human constitution.
Wow.
So if a particular planet is found in any of these signs, whether a fire sign,
Okay.
that particular planet gives that sign a color. If it is in an emotional sign like water sign representing the soul,
Okay.
it points directly, it gives color to that emotional aspect of the person's life. For example, Cancer represents feelings, pain and pleasure.
Okay.
Scorpio represents love or hate and attachment.
Okay.
Then Pisces represent the more emotional aspect.
Okay.
So, if Venus, representing the planet of love, is in Cancer, it shows the selfish aspect of the person, how the person loves, but it is more of a selfish aspect. So, Venus rules from 21st June to 30th June. Example, if I expand time, that is the first decade of Cancer, the first 10 days of Cancer. Whilst Venus is there, all males that are born under such periods from 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th of June are selfish in their love life because of their feelings. They love pleasure. So with them, they are attracted by members of the opposite sex easily, more on the male side. And females are those that suffer, that become the victim. Okay. So if a female is born under the same period, their males will become selfish upon them.
Oh, I see.
It means the person overprotective. Their love is so strong, their feelings.
But we will be saving the planetary system for another day.
Yes.
Another time.
So, the houses.
The houses,
now,
yes.
You being made up of water, fire, air, and earth. That is body, soul, mind, and spirit. You have to come here and lead a life.
Okay.
And then there are certain things that will happen to you. Happen to you. You as in fire, water, air, earth. Body, mind, soul, and spirit. What is happening to you are also divided into 12 parts. They are known as the houses.
Okay.
The houses are just 12 main divisions of our earth. All the signs are known as the 12 constellations of the heavens. So as above, so below. Above has to do with the signs making our body constitution, and then the below has to do with our earth. Having been divided into 12 sections known as houses. Mm-hmm. And they show the circumstances of the person, the circumstances or the situations one is about to go through. Okay. They are the department of life. It has to do with our family, our career, our where our faith lies, our loved ones, our enemies, our diseases. Okay. The things coming from outside
towards us.
Thank you. They are known as faith.
Okay.
So there are 12 feet, and they are known as the 12 houses.
Okay.
Yeah, first house, second house, third house, fourth house, fifth house, sixth house, seventh house, eighth house, ninth house, 10th, 11th, and 12th houses. So they are the 12 departments of life. The circumstances, the material circumstances, the person who is made up of fire, water, air, earth will go through in our world.
So the houses, are they also divided into this fire, earth, air? Are they divided into those four elements?
Really, not really. But it is very important for us to see it so. Because each of the signs of the zodiac has their various houses.
Okay.
Aries, first house. Taurus, second, third. So if Aries is a fire sign, then they will say that the
house one is
the house
fire.
One is fire.
Okay.
The house 1 is our east.
Okay.
House 7 is our west. House 10 is our south. And then house 4 is our north. So therefore, if the sun is rising, heat starts coming. So we will regard it as the first house of Mars, known as Aries. That is the first house. Because when the sun rises, heat begins to approach all the countries that lie westwards. That is our country, for example, Ghana.
Okay.
Yes. Where the sun rises at Nicobar Island,
that's
India.
How come Ghana is so hot? Ghana is so
that
hot.
That one has to do with the climates.
Oh, okay.
We live in the temperate zones. That has to do with countries located in the tropical regions. We will come there one day.
Okay. That's fine. We'll be learning a lot from you.
Thank you. So the houses only show the circumstances of life humans will be able to go through. And then the signs are known as the human constitution and how they are about to respond to these circumstances. Some people will become so mental to become inventors in our world. Some people will become orators. That's the mental aspect. Some people will become clairvoyant, some priests, some yogis. They are on the air side, more on the air side. Okay. Those on the emotional side, those that are so emotional, some forgive, some don't forgive. Some harbor things inside them. They feel so much pain, revengeful. That's the water aspect. Or their love or their passions for something. That's that aspect. And the spirit and the chemical aspect or the physical aspect. Okay. Has to do with the physical nature of the person. Is he tall or short? Aryans have long necks.
Hey.
Yes, and broad forehead. Yes. Taurians have bigger necks. And when they walk, they put their heels first on the ground before the fall of their soles of their feet.
Okay, so you can just see someone and be like, this one is a...
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes, it's true. That's how it works.
It was such an insightful moment with the Dr. Paakwesi, the African philosopher. See you next time on our next episode. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.